According to WebMD, a toddler's caloric intake should be approximately 1,000 to 1,400 calories per day. This caloric intake depends on the individual toddler and should be based on their age, their size, and their activity level. How much food you actually feed your toddler from the specific food groups is based on your toddler's caloric needs. My purpose today is to persuade you that the foundations for your children's eating habits in the future actually start with you today. If you don't know much about pediatric nutrition and you have small children, you should take the time to get to know the different food groups and foods that are available out there. If you don't know, you should also look to professional sources so that you can find out more information about what your children should be eating. First, I'll be discussing what the role of a parent and child is at mealtime. Secondly, I'll be discussing the different resources that are available to help lay those foundations for future eating habits of your children. And then lastly, I'll actually provide you some examples of different foods that you should and should not be feeding your children. It's also important to note that pediatric nutrition can be a challenging task. Food, this is all new to your children. What they learn today is going to be what they're going to be doing tomorrow. As a parent, you should know that it's your responsibility to decide what your children will eat and drink. However, it's your child's responsibility to decide how much they're going to drink and eat. Parents also need to exercise patience at mealtime. This is all new to your child. They may not like something at first. Don't be discouraged. You should come back and let them try that food maybe at a later date. Also, food time can be really messy. You should be patient, and maybe I suggest placing out plastic underneath the child's eating surface to help minimize the mess. According to Women and Children's Health Network, you should never punish your children, and you should never try and coerce them by using mean language. You should also never extend the food time to try and get them to eat more. They'll let you know when they're ready and how much that they want to eat. In order to persuade you that the foundations for nutrition start with you, you should respond to Raise Healthy Eaters websites. They say your children are actually more likely to eat if you actually let them help prepare and decide what foods they're going to be eating. Personally, I take my daughter to the grocery store and I let her pick out what fruits and vegetables she wants. Once we get home, we wash them and we put them in containers so when she's hungry, she can point out what she wants and I give her the appropriate serving size. If you have questions about the nutritional guidelines, you should seek professional help. There are 3 different types of help out there. You can go to your child's pediatrician. They probably have a handout they can hand to you right there as you're leaving the office. You can search the website for official sites. According to Richard Hartley Parkinson, who wrote an 80-page guide called the Department Education and Food Fund Trust, toddlers, this real-life guide can be printed at home and it's user-friendly. It contains meal examples and what serving sizes should look like. Second, you can go to thirdly, you can go to the local state agencies. They have websites, local offices, and toll-free numbers that you can contact them if you have questions about your child's nutritional needs. It's important to know, now that you know where you can go and what you should do in order to get information on your child's pediatric needs, it's important to have a couple of examples, which I'm going to go through with you right now. These are called reward snacks. What you should not give your child very frequently are crackers and cookies and chips. Instead, you might look for a healthy alternative. Personally, I keep yogurt and cheese readily available, and I like to have fresh food on hand just in case she's hungry for something sweet. You should also know what kind of vessels to serve food out of. You never want to serve your child out of a glass. This can break and can be very endangering. It can endanger your child if the shards of glass are laying around the house. Personally, I like to have these little microwavable plastic containers so you can get forks and knives and spoons. They're dishwasher friendly, can go in the microwave. Also, they have snack containers where your child can actually easily reach in and pull out the desired portion that they want. And lastly, again, you don't want to have that glass. You should give them a plastic container that's spill-proof and dishwasher safe. Healthy meal alternatives. Gerber makes a great meal alternative that you can pop into the microwave if you're on the go. Within 25 seconds, it's from cold to serve and you're on your way. The grocery store also carries unsalted vegetables And this can actually be placed into smaller containers and microwaved if you're in a hurry. And then they also have these great little containers that are individual serving sizes, which can be nuked, drained, and given to your children. Again, low sodium is key. Healthy snacks that you can travel with, very important. If you're into dairy, there's yogurt bites. You can also find premium fresh frozen fruit in the fruit aisle. I personally like to have a protein in my bag. Gerber makes a great meat stick. It's almost like a hot dog, but it's healthier, lower sodium. I do like to carry a juice box. And then I like to have a cereal bar on hand, just in case it's early morning. And then lastly, fruit strips. Great snack. Doesn't go bad. It's awesome. So, in conclusion, I'm here to persuade you that the foundations for healthy eating start with you now. Your children will make their future decisions for their food based on what you're teaching them. If you have questions, contact a reliable source. Always start with your healthcare provider. And lastly, realize that what you're serving your children, it does matter. Thank you and have a great day.